Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Krill, ambassador of PinSeeker and owner and instructor at VC Golf, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the apex and descent angle of the golf ball. For whatever reason, nobody pays attention to these that have golf simulators. At least if you do, I commend you, but if you don't, let's pay attention, okay? These are really important numbers, and especially if you know these numbers and you get them back in line with what they're supposed to be within basically the tolerance level, what I see, and everybody's tolerance level is a little bit different. It's based off club speed, okay? And once you do that, you'll notice that the proximity to the hole is gonna get better, okay, as more you understand it. So, and if yours is off, it may not be fixable in the swing. Usually technique can help it, but also you need to get a club that's built for you. So go to a club fitter or an instructor that knows how to use data. Again, a lot of people like to look at distance, and that's all. I want the irons that go the furthest, but the thing is we got to get there with the correct descent angle and the correct apex. Apex and descent angle are tied together, so the higher the ball goes, typically the steeper it's going to fall, so the softer it's going to land. You see where I'm going with this? Too often, too many golfers, you know, they get to a 5-iron or a 6-iron and the ball's coming in so hot, it just tends, when it hits the green, it just rolls off the back. So I either recommend, hey, let's look at the technique, let's look at the clubs, and let's figure out, do we need to put hybrids in the bag, or do we need to change our weight distribution? What can we do in the swing to get it a little bit higher so it lands softer, because I don't want you running out of loft too quick. So here's my tolerance, what I look for in apex and descent. And again, go to your launch monitor, pull these tabs up, highlight them or separate them, do whatever you can do on your particular launch monitor, but you need to pay attention to this. Don't focus on anything else. We're focusing on apex and descent angle. So I've got a 6-iron in my hand. So I want to get basically an idea of what my minimum needs to be. So this is going to be minimum apex. So I tell people 6 or 5-iron, whatever the swing speed is on a 6 or a 5-iron needs to be, that's as low as your ball should go, okay, in the air. All right, and then the actual height that I really want your goal to be to get the perfect descent angle is usually I want the apex to be around where your driver swing speed is, okay? So remember, you're basically, the height on club to club should stay about the same. Even though you're hitting a pitching wedge way shorter, it gets way up in the air pretty quick. Say the 5-iron is going to stay low, but the ball speed's so high it's going to keep traveling up. So basically the wedge and the 5-iron should have a very similar apex within a couple of feet of each other if you're striking the ball correct. So that's our goal, is we want to go through our bag and see our apexes and see if any clubs really stand out and where we start getting below the minimum. That's the target. So my swing speed with the driver is about 105, okay? So swing speed with the driver is around 105. And I'm about to, I already know that because I hit it all the time. I don't really know what my 6-iron is. I think it's about 90. So let's check it out. Using the Unicore system today. Didn't hit it well, but we're at 89. So let's hit one more and just make sure we stay around 89. And you can see my apex is 105, and you can see that on the right side of the screen. And what did I say? My driver swing speed is 105, 106. So even though I didn't hit it well, the ball got up to my apex, and that's a good thing. So that means it probably carried decent, which is a little bit short. I hit that one better. You can see on the monitor, went really straight. So apex, 108, that's great. And then descent angle is 46.4, which is a little low. I need to get a little bit more height on it. It's probably because my spin, you can see my spin's really low. And that's because I'm hitting off this mat. So apex is good. So I told you, we want to be around where our driver swing speed is and no lower than probably a 6 or a 5-iron swing speed. If it's lower than that, we got to adjust technique or start looking at technology, okay? Talk to your professional about that, or you can email us and we can chat about it, okay? Descent angle. This is why it's super important. So look at this. I reached my apex, but my descent's still pretty low. It's coming in pretty sharp. So I really want about a 47, 48 degree descent. I mean, that 46 is actually pretty tolerable with a 6-iron. I mean, I would be happy with that. But again, we want to stay pretty much on the highest descent angle we want is with a wedge, and that's going to be around 50, 51. And then we're going to start coming down to the, we don't really want to drop below 46 where I am right here. I'm borderline right there with any iron. So we want to stay about 46, between 46 and 52. And again, your 7-iron sweet spot's around 47, 48 descent angle, and that's going to allow the ball to land in soft so we can carry bunkers. We don't have to rely on shaping it around bunkers and chasing a ball back there. So for those of you that have a problem landing it on the green and it running back there, we really need to look into your equipment and look at your apex and descent angles. And basically, I hope today educated you on what numbers we're looking for. And again, just to recap, 6-iron to 5-iron swing speed is the minimum apex. We don't want your apex to go below that with any club, okay? And then basically, we want your apex, honestly, higher the better. We want it to go high. A lot of people think they hit it high and they just really don't. We want that apex up there, but if your descent angle starts getting, you know, above 50 with a 7-iron, then we need to bring that ball flight back down. So with a wedge, it can be 51 to 52 whatsoever. 9-iron can be the same, but once we get to 8-iron, 7-iron, we need to be in the 40s and not drop below 46. Let's go to the driver. Apex should be the same. The apex should be up there around that 110 for me. But we want that descent angle to be around 35 degrees, okay? If it gets below 31, we're getting on the ground too quick. If it's getting basically above 40, we're losing distance. It's getting too high. So we want that thing to be coming in there kind of like an airplane, pretty sharp at 35 degrees, where we want our irons to be more of a rainbow, okay? So I hope this video helps. Make sure you use your launch monitor right. Get this, and if you have any questions, you can email us. Or I recommend going to your pro and just letting him know the numbers and seeing what you guys can do, whether it's technique or looking at your equipment. So that's it for this video. Thank you for tuning in, and happy pin seeking to you guys.